Gonna go do our first, I guess I should say take one. Gonna go do our first, I forgot what to call it. I think I call them perspective videos. This is gonna be my first of many perspective videos. So what I plan to do, I know that it's a problem of mine that I tend to plan too much, but that's just I just love planning a lot. But this is my way of planning as well as taking action, so that's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited for doing this right now. Just got off of work, and now I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a video. Just gonna go ahead and try to find a cool spot to do a video on. Maybe I think I might go ahead and do that tree over there. Perspective videos, which is basically me just giving my opinions and my thoughts. Hopefully I want to be able to do, I am going to do, just saying I'm going to do is just so, now what, see, even just talking in front of a camera it's a little new to me, just looking at a lens. I know that I'm going to be talking to multiple people theoretically later, but as of right now, I'm just talking to myself in front of a lens. As a standard 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens, and I'm talking right to it, and it's a getting used to, but you know. Anyways, here we are at the tree where I'll go ahead and do my video. So what I plan to do, hopefully in the future, is what I want to do is perspective videos, which is my perspective on certain topics, any topic that I want to pick, and I'll make them brief, and I'll make them hopefully educating, and hopefully you'll get a good hopefully you get a good understanding of. I want to make a video every single day, hopefully 365. I'm not going to do it January 1st. I don't really believe in that. I believe in just doing it, making it messy, just doing it on a, what is today's date? I'll just boop, cool. I'll just start doing that, right? So it's that date right there. I want to do a video every single day on my opinions, my beliefs, and just some things that I'm thinking about. I might not have maybe the answer, and if that's the case, then it'll be an episode of questioning, and then maybe someone will watch it and they'll give me the answer. So that'd be kind of cool. Either way, it's just this is my way of documenting, not creating, and that is quoted by Gary Vaynerchuk. I followed his podcast, his book, his recent book, along with his show, along with some other things. I do follow him a lot. I sadly say, because he wants us to not take in so much to the point where you're not actually doing anything. Anyways, this is step 1, or step 2 if you watch my other episode, but this is going to be my first perspective video. I want to be doing that 7 times, or a day, once a day, and then hopefully on Friday I'll be shooting, and then maybe I'll post it Saturday. I'm not too sure on that, but once a week I'll be posting my show, the Orillious show, which would be pretty sweet. I'm gonna make sure this is still recording, and it is. Hopefully it's not too blurry. I mean, hopefully that'll do it. And it's actually kind of hard carrying this thing, and I'll work out too. But my plan is to do the Orillious show. What up? It's Marcus, and this is the Orillious show, and hopefully that'll be a thing. If not, oh well. But this is the thing I'm trying to go out for. This is that's what I'm hoping for. The future me will figure that out. Am I right? Am I right, future Mark? What was I gonna say? Whatever I gotta say, I gotta say it faster because we're losing sunlight. But it is that magic hour. It is that magic hour, and it's pretty awesome. Finish the thought. Once a week, I will be posting my actual show, and I'll be on my actual I'm blanking out my set. Yeah, I guess my set. I'll be going to my video set where I will be posting my show, and I'm really excited about that. It's basically the entire week I'll be doing research on one topic, one question, or whatever it might be. And maybe it's something I'm already familiar with, but I figured I eventually want to be an educator, and the best way to do that is to just start. And I figured once a week content, because I'm not used to it, this is content just to get me just going, you know, getting used to the flow of just like having people walk by me and me just keep talking as of right now. I hope this mic is working, you know. I hope the audio is good, you know. Hope everything's going well. But I want to post a show once a week on things that I want to teach you, and whatever my niche may be as a filmmaker. I do want to be teaching on the subject of filmmaking, and that is a very general term, I know that. And hopefully I can either figure out my niche, and I can really just like go into that niche 100%. And I'm not even sure if niche is the right word, the right way of saying it, but I really want to be an educator when I grow up. I really want to be an educator right now. So these are the steps that I want to do to be where I want to be. So this is let's go ahead and give it a shot. Hi. Okay, so the topic I want to talk about today, and this is going to be something. The topic I want to talk about today, and this is going to be something I'm going to be talking about more in the future. Just because it's one of those things that I like to think about, and I think there's a lot of, I believe it's a very much a concept or just a general question, and it can go in many different directions, and I really, it gets me excited just to think about all these things. I've been thinking about this topic. Okay, let me just go right into it, which is, I'm not sure whether I'm going to talk about right now is quality or quantity, or if I want to talk about, let's talk about information constipation. I forgot where I got the term. I believe it's from RSD, where there's RSD Tyler. I forgot exactly where, but you can go through it behind it. You know, either way is good. Yeah. But information constipation is basically the term I've been using for this concept, which is you've been loading yourself up with too much information to the point where you're not taking any action when there really is no more excuse to not take action, because you know exactly what to do. And the fact that you're not doing anything is just, it's no bueno. I'll tell you that much. You can go right through if you want. So that's something that I've been trying to deal with for a while now, and I kind of feel like a butthole right now because I'm kind of blocking the road, but whatever. That's exactly why I chose this spot, is to get used to it, because I want to go into more busier locations, hopefully in Venice Beach and other locations, Newport, Huntington, not just beaches, but I do want to get used to having this barrier of people going in and out, and not really caring about the camera being there, which is another skill that I'm trying to learn. So this is a great way of killing multiple birds with one stone, and that is something else that I'll talk about later, and it is a beautiful thing, because I am a huge fan of being efficient, practical, and just saving time in general. It's just a great way of it's like a value bundle, and those are just, I can't get enough of those. Anyways, so what we're going to talk about today is information overload, and how that can stop you from even taking step one, when you know how to do step 1 all the way to step 10. And this seems very if you don't have a problem with taking action, then maybe this isn't the best video for you. Maybe you should watch this anyway, because it gives you a perspective of other people who may have this problem. And I do know that there's a lot of people who do have this problem, especially in this generation. Nothing wrong with this generation. There are things wrong with this generation, actually, but I'm not trashing on my generation at all. It's just it's different than how it used to be 50 years ago, probably. And that's every so often, by the way, I'm going to be checking on my camera just to make sure it's still recording. So I'm going to check on it right now. And it is. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to pause it. And I'm going to play it. That's me playing it right now just because I want to make sure that I keep it recording. And I wish I had a watch with me, but that's something for the next video. I'm already learning something. Woo! Anyways, so back on topic, what I was talking about, which was our generation and how it's different from 50 years ago is the fact that there is such thing as internet now, which means if you don't know something and if you want to go find out, you can literally go find out in a matter of moments. So if I want to learn how to build a business, I can literally find infinite possibilities on how to build a business. And that wasn't possible 50 years ago. It wasn't possible, I don't believe, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. What's going on 2017 is insane when it comes to the amount of content and just the amount of information in general that people are getting. And you would think of all this information, if you were to talk to someone 100 years ago, and if you were to say, hey, guess what? There's this thing, this plastic glass. It's basically a third arm. It's basically like a horse. I don't know. I'm not too much into history, so I apologize for those history majors and other people who are just like, you know, fanatics with history. You're gonna hate me when it comes to history, geography, and other subjects. I am not good at it one bit, but I'm passionate, and please correct me when I make mistakes, not if. Anyways, what if you were to tell someone 100 years ago that basically, hey, here's this plastic glass thingy, right? iPhone, or just phones in general, and you can basically type whatever it is on your mind, and let's say if it's a question, the chances are someone across the world has found out that answer, and you can find out in a matter of moments, not hours, not days, not years, but in a couple of seconds sometimes. And when it's not in a couple of seconds, people start to complain, which is a whole nother thing, and which I think is kind of entertaining by itself. But they would think, wow, the things I could get done. And what's crazy is that that's not necessarily the case. There are people who are taking advantage of this and who are just crushing it out in the marketplace, and they're just taking advantage of it one bit, and they're just making a whole bunch of money, and kudos to them. That's not me right now. That's going to be me in the future, or that's me starting right now, which is another thing great about this channel. I hate to go on a bunch of sidetracks, but hey, why not? If you're still watching me, you're obviously liking whatever it is that I'm doing, so that's awesome there. Which is, if I go on a sidetrack, hopefully I can remember the sidetrack. Oh yeah, is that this is a great place for you to watch someone who has no idea what they're doing, but they really want to be somewhere, and you get to watch someone go on their journey on how to be wherever it is they want to be. This is the journey. This is that awkward stuff that no one really likes to post out, and I'm going to post a whole bunch of it because I'm not going to leave this stage probably anytime soon. Anyways, so why is it, I'm going to go check my camera again. Oh, you're good. You can do whichever. Yeah, you're good.
She'll lick you to death. Come on.
That's very intimidating.
Yeah. Small dog syndrome or something?
Yeah, I have too many of them. So, anyways, so that's something. I'm not going to leave this awkward stage anytime soon. So, hopefully you're in for the ride with me, because I sure am. Anyways, so why is it? You know, I'm not even sure if I want to go into that yet. I mean, I'm gonna do that in another video, because this is getting long enough as it is. Even if I cut it, or I'm gonna leave it raw, whichever. It's kind of chunky, but if it's one thing I'm learning right now, I'm not too sure how to overcome this, because this is something I'm currently going through, which is having this much information to do this much action, and yet I can't even do that, which is it's not a good feeling one bit. That's why I'm going through this, so I can be able to teach others how to go through the same exact thing. And there's a lot of tips and advice, which is just do it, right? And that's awesome, that's amazing, and it's just it's kind of like going on a diet. If you want to lose weight, you literally have to just stop eating. If you stopped eating, you would lose so much weight. The problem is, besides dying and like along with other stuff, is it's just hard, right? It's just hard. All you have to do, if you want to look amazing, you have to just stop eating. You don't have to do anything. It's the lack of doing something. And yet it's super hard. But yet again, I'm going on another sidetrack, so I apologize for that. But at least this is getting me a whole bunch of topics to talk about. Hopefully I can constrain it all the way back into film. This one's an easy one, because when you're not taking action, you're not making any videos, because you're thinking about, I went to school for 4 years, and yet I'm not making anything. Versus that YouTuber who has no idea what they're doing, but they've been doing it for 5 years, and then they're getting a following of 100,000 people. Even if it was 50 people, 50 subscribers on YouTube, right? That's 50 more actual people than you have currently, right? So I mean, make fun of them if you want, but honestly, they're doing better than you. So right? And one tip that I have that I figured out, I think I got this one down, which is basically, I already know when you read a book, at least for me, I can't absorb the knowledge from that book after reading it once. No matter what I read, it takes me about 3 to even sometimes 5 times, depending on what book it is. If it's going to be a book that doctors read, that's going to take me a lot longer, but for the most part 3 to 5 times for me to actually understand what I'm reading, right? And that's just me personally. I know other people who are photogenic and not photogenic, photogenic memory, and they can just process information like that. That's not me one bit. Go back on topic. What am I talking about? If it's the one tip, this tip is helping me out, which is basically pick a topic, pick a subject, go really into it. If you're talking about for film, let's talk about lenses. Let's say you know nothing about lenses, right? Lenses is a pretty broad topic when it comes to L lenses, standard kit lenses, whatever it may be. Should I do zooms? Should I have like multiple lengths? Sorry if I'm not saying that right. I'm just, it's a little nervous talking about film when I should know exactly what I'm talking about film. But there's always gonna be someone like who knows more than me, and they're gonna be like, "That's not how you say it," and it's just like, "Oh, great, whatever, man." But let me just check one more time if I'm recording. Dude, I'm still recording. This is awesome. But if it's the one thing that I'm learning, it's basically, let's say we're going back to lenses, right? And let's say if you want to take photos, pick a video, or maybe a blog, or whatever it may be, some kind of article, some type of information. My personal favorite is videos, because I can either just listen to it, I can watch it maybe 2 times, and I know what the video is, because of sometimes you need an actual watch, because there's a bunch of visual cues that you wouldn't get if you just listen to it. But after 2 times, I would just listen to it purely, and whatever that information is for lenses, and be kind of specific on it. Don't just go the broadness of lenses, because I don't know, I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do. Let's say if you want to learn everything, the best prime lens to use for portraits. Okay, so then you found the video. Boop, great, honestly, right? And then now what I do and what I recommend you to do is basically just listen to that over and over and over and over and over and just keep listening to it. That's what I'm doing, and it seems to be working over and over and over again until it is ingrained into your brain. Because I realized what I would used to do is I would go from video to video to video to video, and I think I'm learning so much. I'll go to Tony Robbins, to Elliot Hulse, to Gary Vaynerchuk, along with a bunch of other entrepreneurs, self-development, whatever it may be, and I think I'm just learning everything, but it turns out I'm learning nothing. And I'd rather learn one thing really well than a bunch of things not at all. So right now, currently what I'm listening to is Gary Vaynerchuk's 5-minute plea to just take action. I believe that's what it's titled. I'll go ahead and put a link down below, or a boop, whatever. Maybe this means nothing. I don't know if this will actually do anything, but I'm giving myself the opportunity later to do something possibly. And I'm listening to that every single day when I go on my morning walk with my dogs, and I just listen to it over and over and over again, so it will never escape my mind to the fact that I have to just keep on creating. So that's the tip that I'm doing right now. And I think that's how I'm going to wrap up this video, because anything else I'll just be basically rambling along.